In this episode, I'll show you the top features of GitHub Copilot and how they can help you in your everyday dev flow. Today, I'll be teaching you some of the most essential features of GitHub Copilot so you can be successful using the tool. I'm Kadesha, and I'm so happy you're here with me today. Just to refresh your memory, GitHub Copilot is an AI peer programmer that helps you write code faster. To use GitHub Copilot, you must have a license. You can sign up for a GitHub Copilot license by visiting gh.io/copilot. Once you have access, you can install the extension in your editor, authenticate, and you'll be good to go. To learn how to install the extension, check out the first episode in this series. Now, let's say you want to create a rock, paper, scissors game in Python. We can start by creating a new file and adding a comment in our code that says, create a rock, paper, scissors game where the player inputs their choice and plays against a computer that randomly selects its move, with the game showing who won each round. Add a score counter that tracks player and computer wins, and allow the game to continue until the player types quit. Once I press the return or enter key on my keyboard, you'll notice the text in gray that's being provided by GitHub Copilot. This is called ghost text, and you can hit the tab key on your keyboard to accept the suggestion. Now, let's create the main function for the game. Again, we'll see ghost text being generated by GitHub Copilot. If you hover over the text, you'll get this menu option that allows you to see other suggestions, accept a single word, accept the current suggestion, and even open up the completions panel so you can see even more suggestions that were provided. Let's take a look at what we have. You'll see a list of all the suggestions for varying ways this code could be implemented. I'm going to go ahead and accept the first suggestion. I can either hit tab to accept, or I can select the suggestion from the completions panel that we have open right here. Let's invoke the function, run it in our terminals, and play the game. Okay, now that we have the MVP of the game, let's update the game a bit. This time, I'm going to use inline chat to allow a more flexible input handling. I can highlight the portion of the code to update, press Command or Control-I on my keyboard, and write my prompt. So I can say, allow the user to enter R for rock, P for paper, and S for scissors. I can choose the model I want to use, hit Enter, and watch the updates roll in. Let's test the changes, and amazing, they're working. The inline chat feature is really good at helping you apply quick fixes to your code. But if you want to work more deeply, you can use Copilot Chat for that. GitHub Copilot Chat can help you with code explanations, building out full MVPs, writing tests, fixing terminal errors, and much, much more. Let's use Copilot Chat to create a graphical user interface, or GUI, for our rock, paper, scissors game. Click the chat icon to open up the chat panel, then enter your prompt, create a simple GUI using a library like tkinter for the game. You'll notice I have my file opened on the right-hand side, and it is displayed here in the chat panel as context. If you don't want Copilot Chat to use the currently open files for context, click the disable file icon and it will be removed. However, best practice is to allow Copilot to see your currently open file so it can generate relevant code for you. Let's re-enable the context of the file, choose our model, we'll be using Claude 3.5 Sonnet today, and send the request. You'll notice a few things once the suggestion is complete. We have here where it tells us that it's using the one file as reference. Then it provides us with a plan of action and the actual code block that we're going to be using. We're also provided with the code citations that we can see right here. In the chat panel, you have a few options available to you. You can have the code read aloud to you. You can also retry sending the request if you didn't like the response, and you can up and down vote the provided code. Let's take a closer look at the code block that we were provided with. If you hover over the code block, you'll notice 3 icons appear. The first is the Apply in Editor button. This allows you to quickly apply code changes in your file with a single click. No need for copying and pasting. The next icon is the Insert at Cursor button, which allows you to insert the code block at the current position of the cursor in your file. Then we have the Copy button that allows you to copy the generated code. If you click the More Actions button, those 3 dots that you see here, you'll see a drop-down menu that allows you to run the code directly in your terminal or add the code to a new file. Let's use the Apply in Editor button to update the code. Great. You'll see here that the entire file was changed. We can now accept, discard, or show or hide the changes that were made with the options right here. Let's accept these changes and see what we have. It looks like Copilot Chat has refactored the entire code to be a GUI-based rock, paper, scissors game that has 2 main methods within a class. The play method handles the core game logic, and the run method starts the event loop of the GUI window. When we run the code, we see that we can now play the game more interactively. Okay, so let's take a look at some other amazing things you can do with GitHub Copilot Chat. We've added slash commands to help you get explanations of code, fix code, create a new notebook, write tests, and much more. There are shortcuts to common prompts that we found to be particularly helpful in day-to-day development from our own internal usage. Open up Copilot Chat and press the slash key on your keyboard. You will see a list of slash commands that pop up that you can use. For example, I can select the slash explain command and get a full explanation of the code in my current file. I can also use the slash help command to get an overview of how GitHub Copilot can help me and a list of available slash commands and what they do. So if you're ever stuck, just remember slash help. You can give Copilot additional context and help it to understand your questions by using variables in the chat interface. You can attach a file with the hash file variable or search through your codebase with the hash codebase variable. We have a list of variables available to you at the link in the description. Chat participants are like experts who have a specialty that they can help you with. You can invoke a chat participant by typing @ in the chat input field, followed by the participant name. Some of these include @workspace, which has context about your entire workspace, @terminal, which has context about the integrated terminal in VS Code, and @GitHub, which has knowledge about your GitHub repository, issues, pull requests, and can also search the web. So, for example, if I invoke the @workspace chat participant, I'll give Copilot access to my entire repository. This may be helpful if I want to quickly know where a function is defined, or if I want to create a detailed README of my project. One of the most recent and most exciting features of GitHub Copilot is GitHub Copilot Edits. With Copilot Edits, you can start a coding session quickly to iterate on code changes using natural language. It allows you to edit multiple files at the same time and brings the conversational flow of Copilot Chat and fast feedback from inline chat together in one experience. Let's use Copilot Edits to add a more detailed scoreboard to the game that we have. Since I have the VS Code speech extension installed, I can use it to talk to Copilot Edits. So I can say, add a detailed scoreboard to track and display the number of ties, player wins, and computer wins after each round. You can choose your model, attach relevant files, and send the prompt. Once you do, you'll be able to see the responses being streamed in. Let's click Accept and run the game. We can see that the additional game stats were added on the GUI for the game. Copilot Edits become even more powerful when you use it to edit multiple files at the same time. We'll take a look at this in another episode. For now, I want you to remember everything you learned in this video about GitHub Copilot. As you can see, it is much more than just code completion. It is a beautiful AI pair programmer that can help you get your work done so much faster while staying in the dev flow. Look at this for example. Now that we've finished the game, let's push this for review. In VS Code, click the Source Control button. Save your changes and then click this sparkly icon in the commit message box. You'll see a commit message generated by GitHub Copilot. We can take it a step further by getting code reviews in our editors. I can highlight a portion of the code, click the sparkle icon that pops up, and select Review using Copilot. Now I can get an initial review of my code before pushing it for final review from my team. You can also get this initial review by Copilot done on github.com if that's your preference. If you're using JetBrains IDE, you have access to Copilot Code Complete, and you also have access to Copilot Chat. To see a full list of features available in JetBrains, check out the link in the description below. We just went over some of the most essential features of GitHub Copilot that will help you be a successful user of the tool. If you have questions, do let me know. Just drop them in the comments below. You can also go to the GitHub community thread to ask questions that you have. Thanks so much for joining us today, and if you want to learn more, we've created a blog post that accompanies this episode. Click the link in the description to be taken there. Remember to sign up for GitHub Copilot if you haven't already done so to get started for free. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time, happy coding!